So, a certain magical index, man, just really got interesting this episode, actually, to me personally, because we see Touma get owned. Like, we see Touma clearly not have a chance in hell of beating this guy. We clearly get to see that. And there's only one other person we've ever actually get to see own Touma and his Imagine Breaker that cancels out magic, and that is none other than Kanzaki. And quite evidently, they talked about Kanzaki and how she defeated an Archangel, and we get to see her in the opening fighting this man. So we all know what's going to happen, and we get to see her in the preview next episode. Kanzaki is literally the only person that can take this man down. The only person. Just from the eye test, right? I mean, she's the only person that was even able to not just defeat Touma with power, but also mentally. And yes, technically she didn't finish him off and defeat him, but we all know what route that battle is going to go. That's the only time we've ever seen Touma get owned besides this time. So, you know, Itsuwa says it best. She's one of not even 20 saints. So you damn well know she is strong as shit, right? I mean, she's stronger than Makoto. And I asked on my Discord, actually, and that my Discord link should be in the link below if anyone does want to join my Discord, actually. But I asked in my Discord, I was like, is she stronger than Makoto? I was like, I kind of already knew. I was just asking just to make sure, you know, no one gets a crazy power up later on. But she is, and it's evident. I mean, it's evident in the first episode. Kanzaki's just simply a badass. Not even of 20 saints she is. So I cannot wait to see that go down. I love Kanzaki. I think she's a character that's really interesting. I think she's a character that's, you know, her personality and the way she thinks is kind of shrouded in mystery. And I would love just get a huge info dump, you know, give her a lot of characterization, explain, you know, the features of Kanzaki and what makes her her. I can tell there's a lot of things you could do with her because the way they set up her thought process and or personality, you know, whenever we saw her on the screen in season 1, you could tell there's a lot of stuff to her, especially since she's connected to the Mukusa and or Makusa church, and then she's connected to like the Roman church. She's connected to so many different things, and she's a saint on top of that. There's just a lot of different aspects to her character and her circumstances, I guess. There's a lot of different kinds of context, you know, so that's really, really cool. I cannot wait to see and hopefully get to see like all these different circumstances finally get tied into a nice little knot, and we get to see who Kanzaki is and what her true situation as a person is within the show. That'd be really cool to see. You know, I just want to see that, man. There's so many different variables to Kanzaki that make up her character, so many different connections. I just can't wait to see what's going to happen with her character. Hopefully we get that info dump, right? So other than that, though, I am really happy to see that Itsuwa is actually a part of this show in general. I'm glad to see that they brought her back again. I mean, through the first, 7? This is episode 7, I believe. She's actually a main character. You know, through the first 7 episodes of this show, she's a main character. I know she's not listed as one on my anime list, but, like, so far she's the main character. I mean, 7 episodes, and she's literally been in every episode but the first one, I believe. So, I mean, it's really cool, and that's one of the big things with a certain magical index that I think attracts people. They have a big cast, and each one gets their own time. Kanzaki is literally probably one of the coolest, the coolest character. One of the cooler characters. I just find her character really engaging, and just in anime period, I really like her character. But she's a character to where she has been given the least, you know, limelight, right? She has not been given that spotlight, but to see characters like Itsuwa get that spotlight, to see characters like Tsuchi Mikado get that spotlight, it's really cool. Especially if you have a big cast, giving them spotlight is something that attracts people. I mean, that's kind of why Fairy Tail, I feel like that was so big, even with some of the issues, because there's a lot of different personalities, and you actually got to see them on the screen quite a bit. I mean, look at Black Clover too. Look at shows like Naruto as well. I mean, if you can have a big cast and actually give other characters spotlight, limelight, it attracts fans because each person can find their own individual character that they want to, you know, they just get attached to naturally. Everyone has a different taste and personality, and they're all drawn to different people, and that's a great job on certain magical indexes part. So, the Makusa shenanigans about the soccer ball and the bust test about Itsuwa, since obviously, I mean, we got to see in the first 3 episodes what she's packing. That was freaking hilarious, honestly. And Itsuwa's out here making moves, man. Itsuwa's making moves. You know, she's like, you want to go for a walk then? She's in the food, you know, Index is in the food court, and she just lets out that sigh like, yes, I got to be alone with them. And we even get to see the Amakusa just like, you know, our date operation. You know, it's just like, oh no. So I think it's really funny. Those guys are funny as shit. I love the Amakusa. I'm glad that they're not villains as they were portrayed to be. And is that season 1 or 2? Was it season 1 or 2? I think it's season 2, wasn't it? I don't know. One of the two. But I love that they're good guys. They're actually funny as shit. I love the leader of the Amakusa church so far, just in general. But other than that, though, Makoto, she's bringing up the amnesia thing again. And to me personally, it's just like, I want to see it. I want to see her confront him about it. I want to see them have that conversation because, of course, she probably thinks, so how much does he even know? Like, does he know me back? Does he remember the Accelerator arc even? Does he remember that passionate kind of moment we went through together? That moment to where we really became a relationship per se. And I don't mean that in a romantical way, but when we first established our relationship as just not just acquaintances, but like friends, as, people who actually have, I guess, care for one another, not necessarily in a lovey-dovey way, but just in general, So if I say one more time, you are more than welcome to smack me. But other than that, though, I mean, you got to remember the other thing they went through. That one guy that was taking people's faces that actually works with Sushi Mikado. Remember, he was talking about he had like a crush on Makoto or whatever, and Touma actually said the thing about Mikado during that scene, and we got to see her reaction. And of course, she's been there whenever he said things about her, and he didn't notice. And he's been there for her in her time of need. So of course, you can see why she would be worried. I mean, it's all that tension, all that emotional attachment gone that they had. Is it unrequited? Not unrequited love, but just the relationship in general. Is there only one relationship here? That's what she's probably freaking out about. So you got to put that actually into perspective, right? Like, you could understand why it's kind of bothering her. I mean, especially if you actually do have feelings for somebody. Who wants to? It's just kind of like, going to school with somebody for junior high, since junior high, and you're about to graduate, and all of a sudden maybe they get in an accident and they get amnesia, and now your relationship's gone. It's not romantic, but it's just gone. They don't know you. Like, think about that. I mean, it's crazy. So other than that, though, guys, that's really all I have to say. What did you guys think of this episode? As always, you guys have been hexed. I will see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.